All right, people. Hopefully, y'all can hear me a little better. I forgot to get the mic stand, so you just gotta work with me until I get it right. All right, so my content is for educational purposes only. Can't stress enough for you guys to do your own research. Praise my content. Throw any errors you find in the comments. None of us have been alive long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. All right, I wanted to do a video about starting over, man. Because I'm assuming that, like myself, you guys have either had a friend, family member, or an associate, or just an acquaintance that you knew that was struggling through some circumstances, and the only reason why they continue to struggle through circumstances or remain in an undesirable situation is based upon, or was based upon, their fear of starting over. Let me be the first one to tell y'all. Ain't nothing to fear but fear itself. If you going through a situation, or you are in an undesirable situation, whether it be a person, job, it don't matter. As long as your heart beating, you can always start over and build it better than it was. You looking and listening to somebody that had to start over 8, 9 times in life. And it got better every time I rebuilt it. Well, the only thing now is I don't have to go to jail to decide to rebuild. I've built it, I've tore it down, and rebuilt it again. And I've finally attained the peace that I've sought for so long. So many of us, man, are scared of change. So many of us get complacent and content in a comfort zone, or even if it's a zone that we have created and made comfortable for ourselves. Sometimes you outgrow that. Sometimes your ambition regains its spark and you want to strive for more. Whatever the circumstance, man, my purpose for getting on here to talk about this tonight is, don't allow fear to stop you from doing whatever it is you see in your mind's eye for your life. Definitely don't allow nobody else's projections to stop you from doing whatever it is you see in your mind's eye for your life. Because another thing I want to be one of the first ones, if not the first, to tell you. A lot of people, man, benefit from you being in the situation that you in as it relates to y'all's connection. A lot of people project their fears onto you because it's something that they are terrified of doing in their own life. Don't be subjugated to somebody else's fear. And another thing, while I'm on the subject, if every time you ask either a so-called friend, an associate, or an acquaintance, family member, whatever, if every time you ask them or share with them your ideas for projected changes that you plan to make in your life, and every time you do that, well, why would you do that? You ain't gonna do nothing but make it hard on yourself, or you can't do that because it's always something derogative as opposed to supportive and positive. You need to reevaluate that individual sooner than later. Why would you need or want somebody that's not supportive of what your ambitions are? Why would you want somebody in your life that's not supportive of the things that mean something to you? Case in point, man, I'm really trying to get y'all to see, man, that you know, not being insensitive and not being, any type of way other than honest and keeping it positive, man. You was born with everything you need. Problem is, a lot of us are used to being dependent on others. Nothing wrong with being able to depend on somebody. That's a privilege that everybody doesn't get to enjoy. You know, but if you do have somebody in your life that you can depend on, and you ain't got to worry about judgment or them running and trying to, breaking their ass bone to put the dirty laundry out in the street or your personal business out in the street, then the last thing you want to do is fuck that person around, because they hard to come by, trust me. You know? And at the end of the day, you're just being lost out on an individual that's hard to come by. And when you realize the value of the individual that you fucked around, you better hope that you're able to, rekindle the friendship, or at least have them as a friend at all. Because, it ain't always sweet. You fuck the right person around, man, they'll forgive you all day. Because they don't want to have to carry the disdain in their heart or the baggage around that you caused them on an emotional level. But that don't mean they ever gonna fuck with you again. Especially if they see you coming with the bullshit and you thinking you're doing something slick. People funny nowadays, man. Keep it in mind. Stay woke. Stay on alert. Just being aware, consciously aware, you'll see the bullshit coming. But back to the subject, man. Do not allow fear to dominate your actions and stop you from making any type of changes that you see fit to make in your life, even if it means you have to demolish the life that you built for yourself and rebuild a new one. Because the act of doing so is something that a lot of people are terrified to do. Terrified. But what they always say, on the other side of fear is what you want for yourself, is what you've been seeking. You got to get the bitch out you and live this life. Live it while you got it to live. Why would you let fear stop you? That's all I'm trying to say to y'all. Don't let fear stop you from doing a motherfucking thing that you have ambitions to do. And definitely don't let nobody put no fear in you, because they scared to make them kind of moves in their own life. And stop taking advice from people that ain't done what you trying to do. That's why I only talk about certain shit, man. I can't talk about some shit that I ain't done or been through. I'm just not gonna do it. Because how can I properly advise somebody and I ain't walked down that street yet? Anyway, this ain't, I'm about to cut this one short, man. I just, this is something that I meant to get on here and do. Hopefully this microphone is serving its purpose. I've had numerous complaints about, people not being able to hear me, hence this microphone. So, with that being stated, man, y'all stay up, stay encouraged, man. Eradicate the fear inside yourself and live fearlessly, man. That's the only way you're gonna feel alive. So y'all be easy, man. I'm gone. Catch y'all on the next one.